Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Eddie Jennings from EJSLLC.com. This video is going to be another in my RHCSA practice session series where I'm going to look at the objective configure systems to boot into a specific target automatically. Before I dive in, I want to remind you that this is not necessarily intended to be an authoritative video as much as it's just showing what I would do to prepare for the exam for these objectives. But I do try to have the information as accurate as possible. I want to thank returning subscribers for watching another video and invite everyone, if you enjoy the content of the video, to make sure you click like. And if you have not subscribed yet, make sure you do subscribe and ring the bell when you do. So let's dive into looking about how to change some boot targets automatically. So this won't be a very long video because this is a fairly easy thing to do, but it's an important thing that you need to know, obviously for the exam itself and then kind of for real world administration. So right now we're in what's called the graphical target for my CentOS machine, and that graphical target is what gives us the graphical user interface and such. If you wanted to see the various targets that are available for your system, you can do system CTL list units type equals target. And that will show you most of the targets that are available on your system. The thing to remember about a target is that target is a collection of unit configuration files that systemctl runs at a given time per given conditions, such as part of the things that make up the graphical.target are going to be having networking enabled. It's going to be having your display server, either the X server or Wayland, functioning, on and on and on. I'm not going to go into depth with what a target is as much as just look at the objective itself and talk about how to change the configuration of it. If you wanted to see your current default target and clear my screen, you can do systemctl get default. And this is going to tell us graphical.target. So when I reboot the machine, it's going to always reboot to the graphical target unless you interrupt that. And the objective itself tells us to configure your system to boot into a particular target automatically. Actually, it says specific target automatically. So let's say we wanted to change this, and rather than have it boot into the graphical target, we want it to boot to the command line automatically. So what we will do is systemctl set default, and then we will say multi-user.target. And it's going to ask me for credentials, which I could have just prepended sudo to this. And you see it changes symlink to where default target is actually a symlink to the multi-user.target unit configuration file, which of course will call everything that it needs to call to be able to create that environment. If I were to do systemctl get default again, you'll see that the default's multi-user target, and if I reboot, we'll see that it's going to boot to the command line. Normally I don't have you watch the entirety of a reboot. I try to shorten the videos a bit, but for this I wanted to kind of show you proof positive that this will in fact reboot to just the command line. So let's log in. This might be mice type on your screen because without the graphical interface, the text is going to be small. But what I'm going to do here, systemctl, I'm going to do sudo for that. Sudo systemctl set default graphical.target. And if I were to systemctl get default, we see that's now our default target. If I were to reboot one more time, this time I am going to skip a couple of the boot messages for you. We see that this boots to the GNOME login screen, thus our graphical.target. So again, this wasn't a long video. I just wanted to show you and actually show what happens on a reboot as far as changing your default target, As always, thank you for taking the time to watch. If you did enjoy this video and found it useful, make sure you click like. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that and ring the bell when you do. It will notify you of when new content comes available and also help just with YouTube recognizing the channel as well. To returning subscribers, thanks again for watching another video, and to everyone, I will see you the next time.